Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me, Missy Bumbles, for another episode of Prohibited Medicine, where we're going to talk about cannabis. If you are under the age of 18, go on get. This content is not for you, unfortunately, even though I would talk about any of this stuff with my own children. But if you are over the age of 18, feel free to stick around. You're my peoples, and let's get to it. So today I want to talk about politics. Just very minimally, very basic. Politics are not my jam, but it is something that we have to address if we want to further get to the legalization for everyone, because it's not legal for everyone. The laws are still very flagrantly unconstitutional. And the longer that time passes, it's fermenting in a bad way. Like, not kimchi good, not sauerkraut good, not even wine good. We're fermenting in a very nasty way as far as these laws are concerned, because we all know somebody who has been affected by them in some way, form, shape, fashion, very unfairly to boot. Cannabis is still very much frowned upon and looked at in a very negative light by lots of people, and that's why it's up to us to spread the information in an educational way, in a matter-of-fact way, without being condescending, to raise the awareness of what this plant really is. Because a lot of people have been calling this Prohibition 2.0, and it makes perfect sense, because it's who's it legal for? Not everyone. It's, here in America, for instance, 50 states, not all states are legal. Some states are only legal for medical, some states are medical and recreational, and most states you can't even cultivate your own marijuana. Where I live, you can't. Anyhow, and whoever is doing the regulation has zero clue how cannabis works. We all know somebody that has tried it once upon a time in their life, and they didn't like it for whatever reason. We could go into that deeper. I have my own personal opinions about this, but nonetheless, people have tried it, didn't like it. You're allowed to not like it. It's okay, boo-boo. But the people that are regulating it had tried it, had a bad experience for whatever reason, and it's bad. It's bad. Nope, we can't. Nope. Not understanding that it's a medicine, and that okay, so let's talk about it. I feel like those who have had a bad experience at one point in time, they overdosed their endocannabinoid system. Some people don't need a lot of cannabinoids in their system. That's why they have the negative effects or the bad reaction to it. So for people like that, I feel like microdosing cannabis is the better option. Very small amounts in very spaced intervals. And I think it would be just fine. But that's just my personal opinion. We'll step down now. So anyhow, who's going to regulate the regulators? I think we need to have some sort of panel. I don't know how we regulate the regulators. Again, politics are not my jam. But we need to have a board of, I'm spitballing here, a board of members of society that are, I hate this, but wealthy, high-standing, upstanding, college-affiliated professors, lawyers, there's lots of them out there that consume cannabis. Those people need to help regulate the regulators, that help get them in check, because it's not a drug. Could you imagine law enforcement? Let's segue there. Law enforcement, for example. Could you imagine if they didn't have to worry about cannabis stuff? Like going to arrest the local pot dealer, the kid on the street with a dime bag, whatevs. And let the cops actually chase after real crime, real criminals, hard drugs. Like, let them go after the meth houses. Like, come on. And it would, legalization would be such a good thing for the economy, the community. I mean, we all know they tax the hell out of it. Like, I do make trips up to Michigan to hit the dispos, hey, and tax the hell out of it. Now, I get it. America, she's gonna tax the hell out of everything. It's just the way she be. But damn, big bro, can you be easy just a little bit? Like, getting a little greedy with the taxes, but whatevs. If we legalize it, it could just be so great for the economy. And California proved that like 10 times over. It would be very essential for the economy, because California proved that as well, to pull us out of debt. Because yeah, legalize it, tax it, regulate it, but don't over-regulate it. Because even, shout out to Pigeons 420, he'll tell you as a Canadian citizen, like, yeah, Canada, they federally legalized it years ago, but it is so over-regulated. Pretty much the only thing you're allowed to do there is consume it. Like, I know there's so many areas, especially, again, shout out Pigeons, but his province, he can't even grow, but he's allowed to. I'm sure he's got a license of some sort that he got very early on. Actually, I think it was before even they legalized it, but nonetheless, they legalized it, but it's like not legal. Like, you can go buy it from the dispensaries, all taxed out, and consume it without getting in trouble, but that's about it. Like, no, loosen the reins, people. Let us be self-sufficient. Don't you want people to be self-sufficient and cultivate their own cannabis? Because, I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm literally growing my own medicine, baby. For personal use, for me and my husband, for our medical ailments. And once people fully understand how beneficial it could be for the community, the economy, and how it works with our endocannabinoid system, please feel free to refer to my first video where I explain what an endocannabinoid system is. Every human has one. Literally, marijuana was made to be medicine in our bodies. Once we can get people to understand how beneficial it would be for the economy and how it actually works as medicine within our body, I am almost positive, and I am not a gambling woman, that most everybody would be on board with it. It's all the misconceptions and fallacies that continue to warp people's brains. I'm going to leave it at that for today for part 1 of the politics section. I'm going to pick up more information. There's a whole lot more to talk about. Don't you worry. I'm trying to keep these a little shorter. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. It'd be greatly appreciated. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Be easy. One love.